Good morning, YouTube. We are here at the Udvar Hazy Museum. We're here to see Space Shuttle Discovery and all the other cool stuff they have here. It's about 60 degrees outside. It is also 9:48 in the morning. They open in 10 minutes. So let's go. All right. It was very important for me to be the first one in here. This is a freaking crazy looking museum. But I wanted photos of Discovery, the shuttle Discovery, with no one in front of it. And I think I'm gonna get it. I really do think I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you around so you can see it. There it is. And that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Space Shuttle Discovery. Well, here she is. First ones in this area, first ones to get to see her today. It's the public. And that was the plan. I wanted to be first so nobody else would be in my photo. And I got some of her. She's beautiful. Man. Still no one's coming in here. Here we are, looking at an SR-71 Blackbird. This is really freaking cool. I got some good shots of it as well. But here it is. They don't make them anymore. Of course not. This was built in Palmdale at Lockheed. Look at this, man. This is... Now, I really enjoyed my time at the other museum, but I think this one's going to be my favorite just because it's huge, so it doesn't feel like there's thousands of people on top of you. But also, it's just, this is really my thing. The Air and Space Museum was great, but I got to see what I wanted there. Of course, here, my main goal was to go and see Discovery, which I did, and there's a lot of different viewing platforms. So we're going to be able to go up and really get a better look at some of this stuff. So, yeah, I'll see you at the, oh, look at that. I'll see you at the next stop. When I said this place was massive, so this is the lower floor. Of course, back there is Discovery. And then it goes all the way down to that end of the hangar. There's more down here. There's just so much incredible stuff to see. And this by far is my favorite Air and Space Museum for sure. This right here is a Verval Sperry M1 messenger plane. There was a general during the war, and he thought that they needed to be able to get information back and forth from the battlefields to let everyone know how everything was going. And they came up with this. This was built in 1920. It's in great shape. All right, this is pretty cool. This is the Sopwith Camel, the kind that Snoopy flew. Yep, right here. It was built in 1917. This was another World War I aircraft. Sopwith Camel aircraft downed 1,294 enemy aircraft. So this is the Spirit of Texas. It's a helicopter, a very nice helicopter, but this one was piloted by Ross Perot Jr. as well as Jay Coburn, and this is the very first helicopter to do a round the world, yes, you heard me correctly, around the world trip. So that was done in this one right here, about 29 days, 26,000 miles. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So these were all things that were owned by Amelia Earhart, including the jumpsuit that you see here. And there she is. Such a tragedy. we'll probably never actually find her remains or the remains of her plane. So this is the main hangar. Then there's a hangar back there with Discovery in it that we've already been to, but we're gonna go back in because I didn't really do anything except take photos of Discovery. But this gives you an idea of how full this place is. I mean, it's just chock full of aircraft all over the place. And then there's also a restoration hangar. I want to go there and see if we can see what's being restored. But this is the Enola Gay. So this is the aircraft that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima.
You know, when you're trying to brace yourself for a fall, and well, I did it with riding a horse, but I'm just
and this is also the first aircraft that housed its crew in a pressurized compartment. So, man. I'm hungry, so I went ahead and just got a hamburger plain. And then I got something called a Constellation Crunch. It's got chocolate ice cream, chocolate fudge brownie, chocolate chips. It's got some Pop Rocks. So let's try this. Pretty much like any other Shake Shack that I've ever had. It's good. All right, let's get into it. Let's try the Constellation Crunch before it turns into milk. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not getting any pop from Pop Rocks. Oh. It's good. I'd use it again. And again. And again. I wish it came in a cup that was like, you know, a special cup that you could take home with you. But they don't, so. And they don't have any, here, they don't have any stickers that are specific to Udvar Hazy Museum. It's all just National Air and Space Museum. I get it, but really? They've got one magnet that doesn't look great. So I'm gonna go see if I can find something that I want. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this before everything gets cold or melts. And we'll keep looking around. We'll go see some space stuff next. All right, so I was speaking to a very nice young man, probably in his early 20s, on the spectrum for sure. His mother kept saying, oh, if he's bothering you, and he just was talking about aircraft. You know, some kids love dinosaurs, some kids really love aircraft, and he knew a lot about some Vietnam aircraft and missiles. So I listened to him, and he also congratulated me on the Astros winning the World Series and said, your next opponent is the Twins, and it's 1-1. And he said, but I believe the Astros are going to pull it off. So he knows his stuff. But yeah, so this is the F-4 Phantom, built in 1970. Vietnam War airplane. Man, it is sweet. So what's really cool about this plane, this is the A-6 Intruder. This was built in '68. This was used during the end of the Vietnam War, but it was also used all the way through Desert Storm. So cue the Kenny Loggins song, Danger Zone, because this right here is a F-14 Tomcat featured in the movie Top Gun. But yeah, this is the real deal. Now this one right here was credited with 1 kill shot down a MiG. But yeah, pretty cool aircraft. We're gonna walk around and get some photos of it. But I thought this was one people would like to see because, well, Top Gun. All right, so here it is. The F-18 Hornet. Now this specific one, of course, is the Blue Angels, and this one was used from 2015 to 2020 as a Blue Angel aircraft. Of course, F-18s were used in Desert Storm. Ones like this flew over Iraq and Afghanistan between 2007 and 2011, of course, as part of the war on terrorism. Yeah, pretty cool. So a couple of cool things here. This is a boilerplate. So of course this one did not go to space, but this is a boilerplate, which means this is what they used to train with. But what's really cool is if you look up at the top, the flotation bags there, and then you've got this flotation ring. Those were from Apollo 11. So that would keep the craft upright when it was in the water. Now if it did turn upside down during the splashdown, those that you see up top, they would actually inflate and flip it over. But yeah, another one of my favorite things is right here. This is the Regalo wing. So this is an inflatable wing that they wanted to use for Gemini, the Gemini program. Francis Regalo was the gentleman that came up with this. He was in Langley at the time, and the plan was to have the Gemini capsules glide down like a paraglider. Of course, that ended up not being the best way to go, but here you go. You have the Regalo wing. Here we have John Glenn's Friendship 7. So this is the first capsule to carry the first man to orbit around the Earth. Here it is. First capsule to orbit around the Earth, Friendship 7. Okay, this is really cool. This is the Gemini 4 spacecraft that carried Jim McDivitt and Ed White in 1965. So Ed White actually got out of this capsule and did about a 30-minute spacewalk. But yeah, this is the actual capsule. My favorite astronaut, Ed White, performed the very first American spacewalk. This is really cool. All right, so this is the mobile quarantine facility used for transporting our Apollo 11 astronauts back to Houston, Texas, and 3 stories below ground. It's not in Florida, it's here. This is really cool to see. They didn't want the astronauts interacting with many people, so they kept them in the quarantine facility, in shirt-sleeved environment, so they didn't bring back a moon bug and infect everybody. That's why they went 3 stories below ground in Houston as well. All right, wow. It's 3 o'clock. I was in there 5 hours. I didn't film everything that I was looking at just because some of the stuff was definitely not stuff that you would want to see. I took photos of it, so I will definitely put those in, sprinkled at the end of the video. But yeah, it's 3 o'clock. I was planning on going to the Arlington Cemetery, the National Cemetery, to see a bunch of astronauts and where Kennedy's buried. But the weather is not looking great. They're supposed to get rain around 4. I'd get there around 3:30. So that's going to have to be saved for another time when I just come here to Dulles and stay pretty much where I stayed this time because it's a fantastic hotel. I can see the aircraft going over me. I am tired. It has been a very good day, a long day, but I have a long drive tomorrow. 7 hours of driving tomorrow to get to Gatlinburg, and there are going to be places that I want to stop along the way and take photos because it's a scenic drive and there's pullouts where you can stop and take photos. So yeah, My voice is tired. I'm tired. I'm gonna go back to the hotel, put up a couple of videos, and relax. And then tonight we'll go eat, and that will be a wrap for Washington. But a good time. I've had a good time. So I'll see you when we go out to eat. Alright, I told you I'd give you a haul, so here we are. This is just a poster. The boys are back in town. I got this in Point Pleasant. I thought it was kind of cool. And then, of course, I got the Mothman Cometh. Kind of a, you know, an old comic book cover. Then I got this at the museum in Flatwoods, the Monster Museum with Braxy. And this was from Eastern State Penitentiary. It's just the hotel, and it gives some history, which I thought was really cool. I'm hoping we never have to wear them again, but this mask was $1, so you can never have enough masks in these days. So this one just happens to be from Apollo 13. And then the only magnet they had for the National Air and Space Museum. I thought they would have more, but they did not. Here I got a Falk, Arkansas Bigfoot pin, kind of like the Boggy Creek Monster. And of course a Harper's Ferry sticker, a Uranus Fudge Factory magnet. Says the best fudge comes from Uranus. Then just a Philly sticker. Then the Flatwoods Monster sticker. Then a Philadelphia sticker, which I think is kind of cool. Then a Harper's Ferry magnet. And I had to get this postcard. I really thought it was pretty nice. Here's my magnet from the Louisville Slugger Museum. Here's a Gateway Arch sticker. This is for my passport. I need to go ahead and put that in there. It's from Harper's Ferry. And then Explore Uranus. Had to get the astronaut one. Another Louisville Slugger sticker. And where we started it all, the Jefferson General Store sticker. But that's not all. Got the Mothman Museum sticker in Point Pleasant. Another Jefferson sticker, because very soon I will own a van. And that's what I'll be in next year, taking the trip to Florida. And then another Braxy sticker. A Dumb Record sticker that's in Springfield. That was a pretty cool record shop. Another stamp I need to put in my passport. Gateway Arch stamp. Sticker. Duh. And then more Louisville Slugger stickers. And that's that group. I got a little Gateway Arch to put in the travel room. I got a Mothman Museum pin. I'm going to turn it into a magnet probably. I got this right here. That is a magnet. Then of course I got the magnet for proud supporter of Americans National Parks. Eastern State Penitentiary magnet. The only other two Dumb Records stickers they had. One other Uranus Route 66 sticker. And I got the Liberty Bell, which actually does ring. It's not broke like the real one. And the last thing is we've got Braxy, a Flatwoods Monster. Kind of just a little statue. The end of a baseball bat they were making. Had to get an Old Abe small statue. And a Lincoln Home really coin, but I'm going to turn that into a magnet as well. So that is the stuff that I received. Oh, you know, I got one more thing. I got a tote bag. It was like $5 for Dumb Records. So yeah. pretty cool stuff. I love stickers, as you can tell. Yeah, you got an opportunity to go get more stickers soon. So tomorrow we'll be in, we'll be in Gatlinburg.